King Edward VII, whom some called the Peacemaker, died in 1910. He was buried at Windsor, and in the procession were the finest and highest of men. There were 9 crowned kings and 30 proud princes, leaders of many a land. And old Kaiser Bill rode next to King George, with his field marshal's baton in hand. Crippen was caught that very same year, Halley's Comet flashed by. The first of the labour exchanges was opened the year the old king died. The Sydney Street siege brought 1911, when anarchy died in the flames. In London in June, King George and his queen played the coronation game. A place in the sun, said the Kaiser in Hamburg, launching his new battleships. King George made India, Ireland and Wales places for right royal trips. Titanic was launched on the day of the Derby. London's last horse bus was shelved. Suffragettes marched, demanding their rights. Then in came 1912. Jack Judge went down to West Bromwich town to welcome the brand new year, and he went to a pub to have a little sup, 'cause he liked his pint of beer. When he'd had a few, he started to sing, and his voice he lifted high. My name's Jack Judge, I'll write you a song, from Albury Town come I. My name's Jack Judge, I'll write you a song, from Albury Town come I. A Birmingham man was sitting close by, he heard what Jack did say. A pound to a penny, said he to Jack, you can't write a song in a day. Jack he laughed and he sang another song, and he said, I'll take you on. This afternoon I'll write you a song and sing it for the day is done. This afternoon I'll write you a song and sing it for the day is done. Jack laughed again, he sang another song, and he called for a pint of beer. Then he caught his train to Staley Bridge, where that night he was due to appear. And on the very first day of 1912, old Jack, he won his bet. And the song he made and sang that day we never will forget. The song he made and sang that day we never will forget. In March 1912, brave Scott and his comrades died while a snowstorm roared. And later that year the good General Booth finally laid down his sword. There were riots in Ireland concerning Home Rule. Mrs. Pankhurst was imprisoned again. Wilbur Wright died, the first of the flyers, as the Royal Flying Corps was named. Titanic went down in the spring of the year, taking 1,500 lives. The Balkan states blazed from border to border as death began sharpening his knives. Of the 1910 monarchs who mourned for King Edward, in 1913 few survived. Though some of them lived to a peaceful old age, assassins took many alive. Death came calmly in China and Sweden, but elsewhere the murderer's hand struck the Pasha of Turkey and the king of the Greeks, while Spain pursued death's plan. The armies of Europe paraded and postured, the stockpile of weapons increased. At The Hague, as if in grim desperation, they opened the Palace of Peace. More suffragette marches brought 1914. Then the Archduke of Austria was slain. In less than 2 months all of Europe was marching. Death was in business again. Many a young man from many a family willingly gave of his all. They died in their millions for dubious victory, answering Kitchener's call. As they went off to war in the trains and the troop ships, they sang as they hurried along, and their words echo back from the graveyards of Flanders, singing old Jack Judge's song. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart lies there. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart lies there.